Hi, guys. Welcome back to my podcast. It's your girl, Pedals Talking, back at it again with another video. And today I decided to do this little podcast about my guy, Rob Ennis. And I decided to talk about him because I feel like his story should definitely be heard. And I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I want to get into with his story. I had the story for weeks and now. This story was given to me by somebody, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to take this story, and I'm going to run with it. Yes, some of the details are not clear, so I will be saying allegedly, you know. And my source who gave me this information will love to remain anonymous, so that is important to me. Now, I'm talking about Rob Ennis today because I feel like personally he was do wrong. I feel like he was done unjustly. I feel like, his race played a major factor. So let's get into from my understanding, what happened. So from my understanding, Rob Ennis, he went to prom. I'm sorry, not prom. He went to a pageant. He went to the Miss Holly City pageant, which basically is Mrs. and Mr. Millville, which I think that shit is so tacky just to say, because where I'm from, we don't have a Mrs. and Mr. Newark. We don't have a Mrs. and Mr. Queens, a Mrs. and Mr. Brooklyn, a Mrs. and Mr. Bronx. Like, that shit is mad old. So, Millville, I would assume they're stuck in their old ways no, this is just not what we do. So he went to a pageant. He escorted a girl. We're gonna give the girl a name. Let's name her Sarah. Because I can't say her real name. So let's name her Sarah for this video. So he took Sarah to this pageant, right? And Sarah asked him to go, and he told Sarah yes. Now, allegedly, from my source, he was cheating on his girlfriend with Sarah. So I want you guys to keep that in the back of your head. That at the time Sarah was single, but Mr. Ennis was not single. He was in a relationship at the time, and that I can confirm. I can say that that's a fact. Because my source, we discussed this or whatever. So he escorted her to the prom. I'm sorry, not the prom, the pageant, and another person was there. Now, it has been brought to my attention recently that this person who was there has now transitioned into a man. So now I'm going to be, if you I really need you guys to stay with me, because if you get mixed up with the pronouns that I'm going to be using, I know it could get a little difficult. So, this is all new to everybody and stuff like that. So just listen to the pronouns I'm using. So he was, Mr. Rob Ennis was attacked by, at the time, was a woman who is now a man. Mr. Ennis defended himself. Now, I do want to say this and put this out there. And no, I'm going to be very honest. Mr. Ennis was attacked, and your natural instinct is to defend yourself. If I ran up to somebody and slapped them, they're probably, most likely, gonna slap me back. You feel me? That's just that's nature, nobody's gonna walk up to me and slap me and me not slap the shit out of them back, okay? That's not gonna happen. Now, we need to talk about society's bias real quick, and I'm also a little biased. He put his hands on a girl. She attacked him first. Yes, I know, but he still put his hands on a girl. And from my alleged source, I was told that this man beat the shit out of her, and she had to go to the hospital. Now, I need to let you guys also know the races of these people. So Mr. Rob Ennis is a black man, okay? The girl who we called Sarah, that's the woman who he escorted to the pageant. She's a mixed woman, allegedly. And then also the woman who is not a man who attacked Mr. Rob Ennis is white. So you can just imagine what the fuck is going on. Okay? A white girl decided to attack a black man, and a black man beat the shit out of her in the result. And you can see this man was charged with simple assault, and they eventually charged him. They brought up the charges to aggravated assault. Now, the other person involved was charged with simple assault, but her charges allegedly was dropped almost immediately, and Mr. Ennis had his charges stick a little bit before they dropped it. So you kind of see where I'm going with this, right? Now, we all know what happens when you start messing with the snow bunnies, okay? You mess with the snow bunnies, you mess with the snow bunnies' girlfriends, whatever the case may be, you already know shit's about to definitely go left, you feel me? You're messing with the snow bunnies, you already know the white man does not play when it comes to his baby girls, okay? They don't play when it comes to their daughters. So for this man to react in the manner in which he reacted is ultimately why he got the consequences he got, okay? He was supposed to go to Purdue University. He had a scholarship to Purdue University, and he had his scholarship taken from him. That is confirmed. He had his scholarship taken from him, and I'm going to read to you guys what he said. He basically said, actually, I'm going to read, this is from the Press of Atlantic City, where I'm about to read, so credit to them. It says, "It's unfair," and it said Friday afternoon, "I was put in an unfair position regarding his scholarship offer. I dealt with that. I'm sorry, you guys. I dealt with what I had to deal with, and I'm still dealing with it. I got my hopes up 6 days before signing day, and then you call me. I'm not an animal. If I could go back and change what happened that night, I'll do it in a heartbeat." And that was the interview he had with the Press of Atlantic City. And you're right. This black man is not an animal, okay? That's not what you about to do. Y'all already know how I feel about the whole black man thing and supporting black men. Y'all already know how I feel about that. Like, you feel me? But for this one time, I can say this man is not an animal. They took his scholarship, and they didn't, because he didn't sign with the school, they did not have a reason. They did not have a reason to dismiss him. So they pulled his scholarship offer. Now, Purdue and colleges, they want to keep their scholars, like they want to keep their school's name clean. They don't want, anything crazy with their students. So it's understandable why, they pulled his scholarship. You don't want to sign a student who is putting his hands on women. Like, you just don't want to. Like, that's bad. That's really bad. It tarnishes their brand, their name, their image, and their likeness. So I can see where Purdue is coming from. But at the same time, because two things can be true at once, I feel like, Purdue should have really took their time to look into this a bit further, because, he was put in an unfair situation. And I feel like around that time, that's when racial injustice and stuff like that was really starting to get popping and stuff like that. I feel like Purdue could have took that situation and used it and turned it into something great. Now, Purdue probably gave their scholarship offer to somebody who didn't have a criminal record, to somebody who didn't do anything, because there's plenty of young men, if I'm being honest, who can do the same thing that Rob Ennis could do, and they don't have a track record. So that's understandable why they took their scholarship and they left, right? And they gave it to somebody else. That's understandable. Now, he also was suspended from his school's football team for the rest of the fucking season. Now, with that being said, I feel like they did him wrong by taking him off the team. I feel like, by taking him off his high school football team, which he was already on, and, he was attacked first and he defended himself, I feel like there's nothing but, like, I see racism. I'm sorry. I see racism. I don't see, I don't, necessarily see a good reason. Rob Ennis was a major asset to their team, and when they lost him, the team definitely took a big hit. But I feel like they weren't fair to him. I feel like the girl who assaulted him, she had her fucking charges dropped. Allegedly, she had the charges dropped and nothing happened to her. You attacked this young man and he, like, they probably felt like maybe, hey, maybe the ass whooping, that she got from him was enough. But no, like, this girl should have been charged, booked, probation, community service, because you don't run up, you don't put your hands on anybody. Now, it stemmed because Rob Ennis had, like, I guess he was, like, feeling on her ass or whatever, and we're going to get on that in a minute, because he would have never been put in this situation if old boy was faithful. But anyways, what you call it? Like, I guess, you at a pageant, you feel me? Like, you want to be filling up on your little, fucking escort, whatever, because they were booed up, and that was his side chick. Allegedly, he escorted his side chick to the fucking pageant. So, with that being said, like, I don't understand. You feel me? Whatever. But, yeah. So I'm gonna say the truth. I'm also gonna say this. Because according to my sources, Rob Ennis' girlfriend at the time, she did not want him to escort her to the pageant. He was cheating on her with this girl, the girl he escorted allegedly. So, with that being said, had he just been faithful to his fucking girlfriend, that shit would have never happened. Now, allegedly, I don't think, his girlfriend would have said that to him. But that's what I would have said. Had he not been cheating on his girl, that shit would have never happened. You feel me? Had you not been cheating on her, had you kept your hands to yourself, that would have not been happened. That would have never happened. Now, in today's time, that woman who he beat up is now a man. And if they want to go to the ring and catch the fade, that would be a good show. I would love to see it, because she need a rebeat down. This girl attacked him and fucked up his entire future. I mean, he had a scholarship. You know what a scholarship can do for a lot of these young men out here? It pays for school. It gets you out the hood. You get free food. You get to experience new things with being in college. It's just so, like, she robbed him of that experience. You feel me? I feel like if I was Rob Ennis, I would sue Millville High School. I will sue the girl who is now a man who attacked him. I will be suing the school, the high school, and I will also, not blast Purdue University, but you should definitely have something to say to them, because I feel like, how about I just say this? They love black men, and they love their bodies and their capabilities and their talents. Of course, they love it. They love what black men could do for them. They love what our natural capabilities could do for their teams, their programs, whatever. I mean, Purdue loved that. Look at the colleges now. Look at their football team. Most of their players are black, if I'm being honest. There's nothing wrong with that. They love it, right? But they couldn't stand by this man's side when he was done wrongly. You feel me? I feel like a lot of these colleges, a lot of these places, they don't want their students to, like, they're not with their students, They're like, oh, well, we don't want to tarnish our name, our image. That's fine. And you don't have to if it's done correctly. You feel me? So I feel that way. I feel like my boy Bob Ennis, I did reach out to him, and this motherfucker did not respond back to me or whatever. So Rob Ennis, if you're listening to this, my boy, I hope you liked the podcast I did about you. I'm definitely willing to fix and correct any information in this podcast that I got wrong. You guys could, the parties can definitely reach out to me and let me know. I have no problem coming back and fixing this video. I definitely would like to do an update on this Rob Ennis situation. If Rob Ennis reached out to me or whatever, we could definitely get on the phone and talk. I pray to God he don't curse me out, but, he could get on the phone, we could talk or whatever. We could, I'm a girl, so he not going to fight me, because if he fight me, my whole family really dead ass going to jump him. But Y'all already know what I'm saying. Y'all can reach out to me or whatever. I have all my information in the comments or whatever. If you have a football story yourself where your scholarship got pulled or you got kicked off your team for some bullshit or you had a story and you just never quite made it. I kind of like the sports stories and the information behind it and stuff. So we're going to talk about that more often. So yeah, if you guys like any of that, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Let's get this up or whatever. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Flawless Rose. And yeah, so thank you. And yeah, bye.